Welcome back to FM Story. We are approaching the end of the Glory Hunter. We've just got the Europa League left to win. We left Juventus at the end of last season to go to Eintracht Frankfurt, and we've started the season pretty well. Opening 5 league games, we've won 4, drawn 1. We've won both our opening games in the Europa League phase without conceding a goal. So hopefully that can continue. Hopefully we make it safely out of the league phase into the knockout stages, and then who knows what happens. So without further ado, let's get into the action. We are approaching the end of October and we've got our first big test as far as the Europa League is concerned, coming up against Betis. As we said at the start of the episode, we began the season really well in the last episode, but we hadn't really played anyone who was up near the top of the table. However, now we have played 3 teams that are in the top 5 and things haven't gone particularly well. We started off with a 4-2 victory at home against Leverkusen prior to the international break. We got off to a flyer. We were 2-0 up after 11 minutes. They pulled a goal back. We went 3-1 up right on half-time. However, the second half started with us having Escudini sent off for a second yellow card. We then actually managed to make it 4-1. They pulled a goal back, and we were very, very much hanging on towards the end of the game. And in the end, we're pretty lucky looking at the match stats to come away with a victory. We then went away to Hoffenheim, who at the time were second to us in the league table, and neither team particularly did an awful lot. I mean, you can see from our match ratings there that we were abysmal. And Matjusevich, having been one of our leading goal scorers all season, poked his foot out for a cross coming into the box, deflected it past Ernst, and saw us lose 1-0. And then Dortmund, we didn't get off to a great start. They got an early-ish goal. We put one back, but immediately they were back in front. And in the second half, we just created absolutely nothing. So what it means as far as the league's concerned is we're currently in 4th, behind Hoffenheim, behind Dortmund, and behind Augsburg, who are top of the table. But obviously the focus this season is on the Europa League. We've won our first game 3-0, second game 5-0. It's a tricky game at home against Betis. And hopefully we can add another 3 points to the Europa League tally. So this is the side we've picked for the game against Betis. We've got pretty much our strongest team available. The only doubt is like Mikic, if he'd stayed fit, probably would be playing at right back instead of Silveira, but Silveira's done awesome since we brought him in on loan from Inter. And hopefully we can put in a better performance than we have done in the last couple of league games. So we're going with a 4-2-4, they're going with a 4-3-3. Hopefully we don't get overrun in that central midfield area. All right, a throw in for us deep in their half, Silveira to take it. Short to Albarracin. Pulls it back, Matueri. Blocked. Silveira picks it up, and nothing comes of that. But it's positive that we're on the attacking side of things early on. If only we could have tested the keeper. Now they've got to throw deep in our half. We've still got it in that left-hand side, but Bianchi wins it, brings it clear. Silveira into Matjusevich, Zeze, Watari. We had a great chance of a counter-attack and we've slowed it down. Watari, Bianchi, Albarracin's in behind now. Goes to the near post and can't hit the target. Right, Soto cutting inside, finds Quiroga. Down the line for Escudini. Into the box looking for Soto, takes it down, lovely, squares it. And Albarracin's shot is blocked and it goes behind for a corner. Escudini to take it. We've been a real threat all season from these corners. in towards the centre of the box. It's headed back to Escudinha. Soto on the edge of the area. And it was a poor touch, and they've cleared it up to the halfway line. And there we are, half-time 0-0. We've definitely been the better team in that first half, but the real concern is that we've not taken any of those chances, or not even looked like we're going to take any of those chances. And we've got some work to do in the second half. No changes at half-time. We played pretty well in that first half. We just need to take one of these chances. A lot quieter second half. Neither side have had anything. But Bianchi, the free kick for us, towards the back post. And Jinsu heads it down from a narrow angle. And we've got a VAR review coming for this one, but it's been given. So Bianchi with a free kick to the back post. We've been a threat with set pieces, corners and free kicks to the back post. Jinsu gets up above his man, beats the keeper at the near post. Well onside. And finally, we've taken one of those chances. But straight from the kick-off, they try to attack down the left-hand side. Infield, but Bianchi wins it back. Albaraz into Bianchi. Jinsu to Soto. Oh, Bianchi made the run into the box, just couldn't wrap his foot around it enough to get it on target. Right, they've switched to a 4-4-2. Try and get themselves back into the game. And they've got a late corner here into the near post. We've got a head on it. It's come back up to the taker. We've got the head on that one as well. They've still got it though. And they're trying to attack down the right hand side, cross into the box again. We've again got a head on it. It's still alive though. And there's a VAR review, which surely that was well onside. And we've thrown it away. And we've got 3 or 4 headers and crosses into the box. We've just not dealt with the next one. Helps it on. Volleys it past the keeper at the near post. 1-1. I mean, it's hard to take when you look at the match stats. But that was always the risk with the chances we wasted in the first half. Right, goal kick for us. Ernst goes long. It's gone over the top. Bianchi's in. Goes from distance, hits the woodwork. It's just not our day, I don't think. In the end, full-time 1-1. I mean, Betis are one of the favourites for the tournament, so on paper it's a good result, but when you look at the match stats and look at the chances we created and just didn't take, it's a slight concern that the goals we scored earlier on in the season have started to dry up a bit. We're now approaching the end of November and we've got a game coming up away at Celtic in the Europa League. Things have gone pretty well in the Europa League. However, since the game against Betis, domestically, we've fallen apart a bit. Straight after the Betis game, we won 1-0 away at Stuttgart. Unfortunately, we lost Matthias Albaraz in after he scored the only goal of the game, and he's going to be out for a couple of months, which has caused some issues and is going to lead to us tweaking the formation slightly going forward. We were then at home to Augsburg in the second round of the DFB Pokal and just really were abysmal and lost 3-0. We then lost 5-1 away at Bayern Munich. We then maintained our good form in Europe by winning 4-0 at home against Maccabi Haifa, before then losing 3-2 at home against Wolfsburg. We were 1-0 and 2-0 down before we levelled it, but then they got a winner just before the hour. However, we have bounced back a bit with a victory in our last game away at Borussia Mönchengladbach. We won 4-2. It could have been better because Bianchi missed a penalty, but we've not had that, as you can see, since the beginning of October. And we've lost 4 games in the league. We've lost in the Cup. So domestically, our form's gone to pot a bit. But we're playing well in the Europa League. We're playing against Celtic next, who are in 4th. We are currently top of the league phase. Hopefully we can get another 3 points, which should just about secure us our spot in the knockout stages. But we are going into the game with a couple of players out. Groskreutz, who's a backup centre half, is out. Albarracin's out with a torn thigh muscle, so he's still out for another month or two. And Aran Baru is very doubtful. As we said, we do have the injury issue. So going into this game, this is the best team we can pick. We have slightly tweaked the formation, which we'll see as the teams come out. But we are really struggling in terms of bodies on the bench. Obviously, we're missing Albarracin, which is a big miss, but we're also missing Groskreutz, who's a backup centre half. We're missing our backup goalkeeper, Aran Baru, who would probably be the first one to come on for one of Bianchi or Quiroga, is also out as well. So we are struggling a touch, and hopefully we can still come away with something from this game despite our up and down run of form recently. So we have tweaked the formation slightly. We've dropped the winger on the right back to being a right-sided midfielder, and we've gone with Noah Mikic, who's better there than he is further forward. It gives us the two right backs on that right-hand side, and hopefully we still have enough to create some chances. Right, throw for them deep in their half. They've gone back to the keeper, and now we've given them an easy out on that left-hand side of theirs. And now they're attacking. They've got the ball on the edge of the box. Shot from distance. And somehow that gets turned behind for a corner. It's going to be an in-swinging corner towards the far post. And luckily the header's well over the top. And we've got a free kick deep in our half. Junjin Su goes back to the keeper. Matjusevich into midfield for Junjun Su. Mikic down the right. Cross into the box. Exactly what we needed with missing Albarracin. Mikic has gone down that right-hand side. Swung the crossover. Quiroga gets there at the back post to head home. So Mikic running from a bit deeper. Whips the cross into the middle of the box. Quiroga in front of the defence. Gave the keeper no chance and puts us 1-0 up. Right, Escudinho with a corner. This time to the far post. And there's Zeze to head home. And we've doubled the lead. 2 goals in 2 minutes there. Puts us in a really, really strong position. Just hits it to the back post where all the bodies are. We had the 2 players getting up highest. Zeze is the one that gets his head on it. Escudinho with a long throw into the box. Matjusevich back to Escudinho. Driving towards the edge of the area. And his shot was always going over the top. They've got the ball now half back to the centre half. Into midfield. We're doing well to get bodies behind the ball. Not giving them an easy through ball. And then Bianchi wins it back off the centre half. Drives forward to the edge of the area. And the keeper turns it over. We did well to stop them getting the ball forward, put the pressure on, and then Bianchi nicks it. From the corner, it's headed up in the air. Bianchi back to Escudinho. A low ball into the box is cleared from the front post. And now we're in serious bother, because somehow their player's the one that's got on the end of it. Finds his own man on the edge of the box, and thankfully he drags it wide of the far post. From the goal kick, we've gone short. Matjusevich out to Silveira. Cuts in field. Bianchi now back to Zeze. Wide to Escudinho. In looking for Quiroga. The ball runs through to Bianchi. Gets in behind, and just really a dreadful finish in the end from Bianchi. Now a long throw for them into the box. Matjusevich gets it, hits it up the line, but it's going to come straight back at us. And now Mawatari wins the ball. Bianchi over the top for Soto. Squares it. And somehow Mikic has opened his foot up too much and sliced it wide of the far post. Overall, a pretty decent first half. 2-0 up. We could have done much better with some of the chances that we've had, like that last one for Mikic, the one for Bianchi before that, where the ball ran through to him and he hit it wide of the far post as well. But we've got a 2-goal cushion and hopefully we can come away with 3 points at the end of the game. Right, no changes at half time. Escudini with a free kick into the box. It's headed away. And now Buxton bringing it forward. Now they've got a couple of bodies getting forward. Ball into the box. He pulls it wide of the far post, but thankfully he was offside anyway. Right, Bianchi with a free kick from distance. The keeper probably didn't need to dive like that because it looked like it was heading straight for him, but he turns it going for a corner. Escudini to take it, aims to the far post, and the keeper gets there to claim it. Right, so we made some changes to get some fresh legs on. Majcevic, though, to Zeze. Looks for Escudini, but sells him short. And now it's 3-on-2, driving forward into the box. It's pulled back. I mean, I thought we'd actually done well. We'd got bodies back. We'd stopped Dede from sliding it across the box because if he goes there, it's almost a certain goal. The shot gets blocked. The rebound is hit straight at the keeper and then goes in the back of the net. Right, into the last 5 minutes. Bianchi with a free kick for us. Over the top. Ripples the roof of the net on his way over. But we are holding on to these 3 points a bit at the moment. Right, a late throw in for them. Long into the box. Quiroga gets his head on it. The ball's then played back in. Thankfully, the header at the back post goes straight into the keeper's hands, and surely that is game over. But what are we doing here? In the end, that is possibly the worst kick I've ever seen. Oh my God. No words to express what happened there. How our keeper managed to do that and then their centre forward managed to miss a chance like that, I don't know. But in the end, we've come away with a 2-1 victory and things look a lot better in Europe than they have done recently in the league, certainly. There we are, the end of another episode, and things have continued on pretty well in the competition that we're concerned about this season. We're only concerned about the Europa League. We've top of the league phase after 5 games. We've won 4, drawn 1. We've only conceded 2 goals in the whole competition so far. Now, the aim in the next episode is to make sure that we guarantee ourselves a spot in that top 8 so that we miss out on the knockout playoff round. Obviously, the league form and the DFB Pokal have been disappointing in this episode, but realistically, as far as this save's concerned, we're not concerned about those at all. So hopefully, as I say in the next episode, we can secure that top 8 finish. Join us next time to find out if we can. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you then.